don't think that's how it goes. There is like a... Anyway, Justin wrote it. It doesn't matter. And...
Oh, I already opened it.
See?
Premature.
You know how this goes. How many of these have you done?
It's 14.
So we have a impromptu podcast on a... What day is it? Saturday?
October.
On a Saturday night. It is...
That was something I was supposed to do today.
April 6th. My dad's birthday's in 5 days, man.
Mine is in 2.
Your actual birthday?
Yeah, it's Monday.
Oh, that's right.
I love you.
It's about the 4th time you've told me, too. Yes. I'm a bad friend.
Small plug here. Opening day of the Arkansas Travelers is next Thursday. I will be there, and as long as it's not raining, most of the times I buy like the nice seats and then get asked to go somewhere else because I say things to the away team that they always need to hear.
Wait, it's this Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, because this won't be out till after that.
Yeah, it is. Today's April 6th, and Thursday is April 11th. That's opening day of the Travs.
Yes, it's my dad's birthday.
Yeah. That's why you can't go.
Yeah, I'm not going.
Unless you want to invite him.
Maybe.
They have Fosters.
They have what?
Fosters.
Oh, Foster's.
Australian for beer.
That's a terrible Australian accent, Todd.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at that. Which is a great segue. So we're going to talk about failure, and the reason why I wanted to talk about it was I have been going through like I work for a place that really focuses on team building, focuses on growth mindset, which are really great things to figure out how you're going to make business work, right? But some of the things that my key takeaways from it have been way more about connection with other people and trying to find the root causes of people who don't subscribe to failure, like Corey here.
Like me.
Corey doesn't subscribe to failure. So, I mean, like, so we're going to just talk about, like, just some small stuff about, like we could talk about failure in a way of, like, how have you screwed up your life and stuff like that. We can get into that, but it's more along the lines of how do you deal with challenges? I feel like that's how you view failure or success, is just a challenge and figuring out how you're going to do something, right?
Right. Well, I also think that if you think your life, if you screwed up your life, that's all perceptive too. Because I mean, there's crackheads who love being crackheads. They don't care. So it's all perception. To an extent, as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
So, I mean, we're talking in the car. Probably the first time I've ever rehearsed anything with you. Like, it wasn't even really a rehearsal. It was just about kind of like you're picking my brain about this, but like,
right, because it's not something I think about.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, like, when you think about people that you really enjoy being around, so like people who are listening, think about the people that you really enjoy being around. They've been like your ride or die guy or ride or die gal that you know for a fact you can always count on them. Most of those people deal with failure in a way of just like what I was just saying. It's like a challenge of like, think about the first time that you ever rode your bike or did something hard. Like, you rode your bike. I was riding my bike. I remember the first time for me, I was riding my bike. I fell. It sucked. I got up and said, like, I didn't want to like remove the fun of riding the bicycle, but I definitely wanted to figure out how to not die. So, like, oh, this is why we wear helmets, or maybe I just shouldn't do that again. One of the two.
Or both.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what you did. Or at least that's a story. I didn't get to tell my bike story.
Oh, you can tell it now. Let's hear it.
So I used to live like 4 houses down, like 20 years ago.
And then
the driveway is on a slant down a hill. We were children, so we put the ramp about towards the end of the driveway for maximum speed.
Maximum effort.
But what's typically at the end of a driveway?
A curb?
A garage.
Oh.
Yeah. So we did.
I'm thinking away from the house.
No.
Naturally,
It goes,
just thinking.
No, it goes. The driveway goes down to the house.
Now I understand.
And we wanted to go faster, so in my mind, let's put the ramp closest to the bottom. Well, there also was a barbecue grill there at the bottom.
On fire already.
Huh?
On fire. Like, fueling up, ready to.
Yeah. So I take off, whoosh, go down the hill, hit the ramp, wah! Definitely stuck it, and then turned the bike sideways, and then went down sideways, and then my foot went under the grill along with the tire. So me, the tire, and the grill, and then the metal grate went in my leg, and then me, it hit the garage.
Did you leave it in?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the grill of
And
the
my
garage.
leg. There was a hole in my leg.
Oh, that all can be fixed, right?
Yeah, I just got up and tried it. I mean, just kept going. That's what you did back then.
Yeah. I think about people that, like, one of my best friends has been on this thing before. His name's Austin, and, like, I know for a fact that no matter how stupid my idea is, he's going to go with it, you know? Like, he's probably not going to do it, but he'll go make sure I don't die. And so, like, I started thinking about just, like, failure and, like, whether or not, like, most of the times the things that screw us up the most are the times that we either lie about our failures, we don't actually talk about them, or, I mean, it's all communications based. Or ego just takes over everything else. But like the parts that I think about like the most are like the craziest failure stories are usually the ones that like when you're in a group setting are the freaking funniest and like unify you the best. So like,
well, typically because you have to own it.
Yeah, because at the end of it, you have to say like, "Oh, you remember that one time? How did we make it out of that?" And like, so like as I'm going through all this like corporate training and trying to figure out like how does that apply and like how do you figure out like what's the real meaning of success, and like really it's just like whether or not on the other side you can see the value of people.
I mean, yeah,
in friendship, you know, like the things you're going to get the most done in and the things that you're going to like actually hold on to are those partnerships. So like marriages that don't suck usually have a lot of like, oh crap, what do we do now? You know what I mean? Like, and then they come together and figure it out.
Oh yeah. Well, you have to, or that's not going to work at all. Yeah, for sure.
But like, so one of the questions I asked you earlier was just like, what's the number one reason that bands don't work out?
Communication
and fear of screwing everything up. Right? You know? So like not talking to, I mean, yeah, like I wanted so bad to go live my dream, and I had one dream where I measured it and felt like it wasn't going to happen, so I gave up on it and moved on to the next one, which was I gave up on being in a group of 4 or 5 dudes and living in a van. You know, because like, what's that gonna do for me? I'm gonna move to the only place that I've loved other than that. That was like on the other side of that year, the biggest failure of my life. But coming back from it, like really owning it and trying to understand like what did it actually do for me? It shaped it shaped a lot of things for me, and really just changed like measure of like giving a shit. Measure of like being intentional for people. Yeah. Like if it weren't for that year, I probably would still be an overconfident, egotistical, unable to talk to other people the right way. Yeah. And no empathy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so
those dead eyes. Yeah.
Just like, and so like, I don't know, this topic can go really anywhere. And as we're talking about it, I'm thinking, man, I wish we had other failures sitting here. But,
well, like, you know, it's not, but like what you did and consider a failure kind of, you know, you had all these other dreams or whatever, but in my brain, I only had the one.
Yeah.
So you leaving and just throwing a fucking monkey wrench in that whole can of worms, just, just another setback towards the goal. I mean, still to this day, I'm trying to obtain some sort of, musical. I don't even give a shit how big.
Yeah.
Just enough to, pay the bills.
Yeah.
Get out, make money, play. I don't got to be no fucking millionaire. Never wanted to be.
Yeah. Well, like, and this is what we were talking about earlier.
But it's weird because like you call it a failure, but to me it wasn't like I failed because I could have been in a different band and we all could have won it, but we all did want it. You just didn't want it later.
Yeah, I think that what I like because I failed to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And what I failed to like see past was that like I saw 4 dudes where 2 guys were carrying 2 dudes. Like 2 of us were carrying the other 2, and I just didn't want that. And like I didn't feel like I should have to say. Like,
but you could have said.
I know. I could have said like
you should have said.
These are all things I own. We've already gone through it.
Just kidding.
But I didn't feel like I had to, So there was this like super drop for me where I could have been like, "Hey, dudes, we're on the verge of this, but I can't commit to doing this crap if you guys can't even meet me a quarter of the way." And I'm not talking about you, Corey, obviously. And that's the other part about failure, that a lot of people feel like there's a good measure of success or failure is about how much money is in the bank account, right? We don't look at things as like a project or a goal. Mm-hmm. We try to attach ourselves to the number of like, oh, we have to have this number. Well, probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I get guilty of that sometimes. Like, I would like music to pay me. I put a lot into it and barely get anything back. Shows and stuff, merch sales, but I don't play enough shows. But even then, when I do, tend to get fucked over. But
the thing that like the shows that you've done, think about.
But like, I've done shit that would be in some people's eyes a huge success.
Yeah.
I've played with some of the biggest bands on the earth. And got to work with a lot of those same bands, and it's cool, man. And that's why I don't think it was if I stop today, I've done more than most ever will, even in my minute little existence. But when you think about every band ever, and every band to come, done a lot.
The thing that's crazy about that is that like even though, like at this point in time, we have to figure out like what we're gonna do next, and like we simplified it down to like we're gonna do these 3 things: we're gonna write records, we're gonna play shows, and we're gonna be us, and that's it.
But you're also not guaranteed win.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed.
So because you had a fucking mental breakdown, and we had to do a thing, and then I started this other band that's good, and who knows which of the 2, but either way, we're all going. If something pops, then it's going. I mean, I'm 35 and by the time this comes out, just a couple weeks. So,
but like, I'm
still trying at 35.
I believe that like I wasn't challenging your work ethic or anything like that. It was just along the lines of like, if we go back to the beginning of when you jumped into this band, and whenever that was of just like,
which I had technically given up. I don't think it was. I failed.
Yeah,
I just gave up on this place.
Yeah, like. There's a reason past money. There's a reason past whether we believe it's successful or not that we keep going. It's because there's a project to work on. There's a connection to be made, and there's things to learn. And like that's for me, that's the reason why I keep coming back. And then there's the huge, amazing moments that we've shared with people. Whether it's just one person at that one time in a very intimate moment, or it's 400 people at Rev Room.
Yeah.
Or the Rebuild the Stage show. Like those are crazy moments, but also like the time that we played in front of 2 people at the Well, like for me, it's not the fact that like it's the fact that I'm a part of something bigger than myself, and that I've been humbled to the point of I don't have to be a part of this. Like y'all don't need me to be a part of this. You could get anybody to scream into a microphone, but still I am supported and pushed through and like.
But that's debatable.
Yeah, but
because we could have did that. Because we could have did that when you left the first time. We could have easily replaced you.
But does that make any sense though? Like a band can go on, but I'm still back because.
But that's
we had to figure out crap with ourselves and then say, do we want to do this again? Does that make any sense? Like, it's a very humbling experience of like, you guys didn't have to ever say you want to start My Hands to War again, right?
I don't think that we had to figure out stuff about you did. I think we had to figure out stuff between ourselves.
That's what I mean. Like,
and then the other point would be that it's not like the conversation between the rest of the remaining band didn't happen. Yeah. Do we replace him? Do we not replace him? The answer is fucking no, because how many bands replace a singer and keep going and it ends well? 2%? Just saying. You saying you don't have to be here. That's like, you don't have to be here, but the certainty that we're going to find a guy that's fucking crazy like you, that gets the style like you, that is like a part of the brotherhood like you, that's fucking slim to none. And even if they are a really good, talented singer, they're going to fall out on one of the categories. Yeah. You know, there's going to be something. It's like, it's like anything. It's like, you know, I'd be that guy's friend, but X, like his toes are weird. You know, like I can't be that guy's friend. Look at his.
I bet you haven't even looked at my toes.
Look at his weird tooth. Actually, my buddy's Chris's toes are fucked up. I'm friends with that guy. His toes, straight up failure. Oh, God. R.I.P. his feet.
Just email his mom. Picture of the toes and been like,
but
failure.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I just...
well, no, I meant like, it's still like what brings me back to be a part of this is because...
And the only thing that brought it back was, it was really just strange.
Yeah,
I never thought it was going to happen again, and I never even wanted it to happen again, because I had other shit. I had my party band, I had my heavy band, I had my pop punky style band, I do miss that. What?
I miss the pop punky style band.
It was good.
Yeah,
but shit happens.
It does.
But I wouldn't have never been able to come back to this.
Oh.
It was in 5 fucking bands.
I think that, like, the part for me that it's just along the lines of like, what you don't know when you walk away for something is, and what sucks about this is that there's a lot of people that just they have to figure it out the same way I do, and they don't have friends like what me and you are now, to where
you're a fucking idiot.
Well,
or you're fucking up, or
those two things. But like when I came back and apologized and said, "Hey, look, this is what I was going through. I'm sorry." But like, I didn't have to. Like, you guys never have to give me like time. You know, you didn't have to.
Right.
But like, band aside, like, Justin was still one of my really good friends. Yeah. We still had a really strong connection. Like, I felt like I still had a strong connection for you, and like that connection can like trump anything that you've ever experienced in failures. If you've got somebody in your life that, like, okay, you screwed up, own it and figure it out. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's the biggest part, man.
Like, but like, people have to say that out loud.
Shit. Yeah. Well, it's hard, man.
And you also can't drag someone to be like, hey, look, you're screwing it up. Like, they have to say it, hey, I'm screwing up. And then you have to say, okay, you screwed up. What's next?
Well, right, because, I mean, that conversation me and you had on the way to the Walgreens.
Yeah.
That's literally what I said out loud. You're a fucking idiot, and you're fucking up. And you were like, well, that's not the answer I was expecting. But you had to go find out for yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to. And sometimes, dude, I might have been wrong. I'm just telling you from that whole instant response was from my perspective because I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
And it was like, in my eyes, all it was you're robbing me of the thing I've been working for and stayed the fuck in this state for.
Yeah.
At that time, it was
5
years. Yeah.
Yep.
So, our situation's a little bit different, but I've never been one to shy away from telling somebody how the fuck I feel about it.
Yeah.
But also, what I don't like is either you just don't respond, which is kind of what happened. You just and then we just had a last show. But
no,
I mean, you responded sorta, but it wasn't.
Well, I mean, I didn't respond, but we played 3 more shows after that.
But that's only because they were already on the books.
Yeah.
Had we had nothing, we would have just had a last show and called it quits.
Yeah.
And even the last show, you didn't I threw that whole thing together in a week.
No.
And then, it was about
a month.
Was it a month? No, it couldn't have been a month.
Yeah. Because
you left in.
We announced I didn't leave until the week after the show.
Because I had giant posters made. I had
you did a lot of things.
All the bands, and then
but
you did the lights.
Yeah. But I guess the thing that the failure.
But
piece,
anyway, what I was saying to the failure, that's what I was trying to get to. So you and me, you sort of had the conversation, but we really didn't have the conversation until you came back, and it was 4 years later.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll talk to Todd.
Yeah. But not everybody has that opportunity.
No, they don't. But I wish more often than not, dude, I could have been wrong. You could have went out there and become a fucking millionaire. Who knows? But what I saw was Todd's an idiot. I'm going to tell him I think he's an idiot. And I do that a lot, but I wish more people would speak up. Let's have the conversation.
I think that the bigger part,
because I talk harshly, but what I really am trying to do is spark the conversation to get you into your own head. Why? Just because I call you a fucking idiot doesn't mean I'm saying
I hate you.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I'm just that's how I talk. I say fuck a lot, Todd.
But you hadn't done it at me that hard.
Well, you were also deleting a lot of hard work.
I think that the bigger problem in that moment was the fact that I was measuring myself against my friends.
Yeah.
So one thing that I've actually listened to and I've actually taken away is this one sentence is that comparison is the thief of joy.
100%, dude.
And I was comparing myself to my friends. My best friend had already left. He was my best friend, and he'd been gone for 2 years. So,
are you talking about
Bryce?
But what are you comparing to as far
No,
as?
No. I meant them finishing school, being established.
So something you deemed successful.
Yeah, something that I deemed successful. I wasn't
and
measuring
you saw
up.
your friends going through, but you weren't.
And
Sorry.
there was stuff where
hiccups.
I was getting held up by my family, and that's a completely different story of just things that I had to do to support. And I was consistently and so then I attached that to, well, this is what I've done for these people that aren't in this band. Is this just a commonality in my life of that I let people take advantage of me, and that's stuff that you didn't know. That's something that Justin and John didn't know at the time, and and Derek didn't know at the time, and but that's what I was going through, and also I just couldn't solve this void of I don't know, I want to be better than I am. And so because that was the constant thing in my brain, all right, great. We finally make it. We get whatever on the road. I'm still going to be taking care of other people. And I couldn't.
Boy, and comparing yourself.
And comparing myself, what am I going to be on the
Which
other?
You should never do.
What am I going to be on the other end of this? I robbed 4 dudes and myself of that fun adventure that
life changing.
Yeah, because it could have been, I mean, even if it was just for 2 months.
It could have been the worst thing ever, but it could have been the best thing ever. We could still be doing it.
because we would have done it, and one of the things I think about, like the reason I was so excited on Monday when you did the podcast with Past Comfort is that like I want that. Like I want that like a lot. I really want to go on tour with 2 bands from Little Rock and get out and do it, and then be able to come back and do the barbecue and then do a podcast where we're just, I want that so much. And not like a redemption story because I robbed it from us. It's because I wanted it then. I just started comparing to the point of like, well, like, and then I also started looking at other bands that were coming through. You'd look at other bands.
Like, did you think that like the more is more, like my life will be better because I enrich myself with more money because I did these things and now I have more stuff?
Yeah.
Versus a better experience in life over your monetary.
I think
gain?
that I got to a point where like I was so far gone from not knowing who I was and what I wanted to do that I had to just get out and like be somewhere else. And like that was the dumbest thing I could have done. It ended up saving my life in the end of it, but it was a year. That year sucked. And then the next 2 years were really difficult to climb out of the hole. If I would have just been able to say like, hey dudes, guess what? Like my life sucks right now because I'm having to carry people that I don't need to carry. Like I'm having to put people in my backpack and I'm just tired of it. I want a bookshelf, take my books out of my backpack and put it on the bookshelf. That's where they should go. Yeah. I shouldn't have to carry people all the time, which, I mean, if you were to challenge me in the time of what my actual beliefs are, like caring for people and loving people, that's who I am. That's who I've always been. It's just in that point in time, I got so lost of comparing myself to like where I'm quote supposed to be.
Right.
And I think that's, I don't want to speak because I didn't actually talk to him about it, but like, I feel like that's kind of maybe where Dustin got to, was the fact that this is the way it's going to be. I'm not going to be able to... You had like this
definitive thing about your life that you thought...
That this is the future and I can't change it.
But do you think...
So like
that's such a diluted way. Like I'm not shitting on you or anybody. Like my thing is if you want to make money, then and that's what makes you happy and you're happy, then go make money. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it, it's all about it's self-realization, and the quicker you get a hold of that in your life, like we all get to it at certain ages. You know, not everybody's gonna get it at fucking 20 whatever.
Yeah.
Or even 15 whatever. But
let's see here. That was 2012. It's 2019, so 7 years ago. I was 24.
Yeah, but we all get it. We all get there differently, you know, like that self-realization of, if you're not fucking, if it doesn't make you happy, if like the goal of attaining like a house and a car, but like a nice house and a car, whatever you deem nice, 500, $500,000 thing, $80,000 truck, whatever. Okay, if that makes you happy, great. I want you to be happy. Go get that shit. Work 70 hours a week. Do it. But for me, it's almost the exact opposite. If I could live without money, I would 100% do that, because I'm more about just life. Yeah. Like I just want to be alive, and I just want to experience things and do shit. I want to do shit, and I know it takes money to do most things.
Yeah.
But a lot of times in music, man, the most it is a meal and some gasoline.
Yep.
And then the rest of the experience is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah. The rest of it, so like,
but you have to let go of those fucking worldviews of, because I have friends that are millionaires. They have tens of millions of dollars, and I can call them right now and talk to them. They're great people, but I don't want that life. They work all the fucking time, and that's all they do. I want to do shit. I want to go on tour with my buddy who shit all over my dreams.
So I can't say that...
I'm somewhere in the middle, maybe.
I can't say that if you were to put me through that same 3 years of time, even knowing what I know now, that I wouldn't have gone to the same crap. Because I mean, it was wild. Like, the stuff,
that episode's not out yet.
Yeah,
it's coming.
The Colorado Kid thing, but I'm talking about like stuff with my stepdad, stuff with
Oh, okay.
but even before that, my dad got laid off, and like I mean, the girl that the 557 song's about, like because I mean, like it there was so many decisions in that 3 years that I don't know how. I was living in a woe is me thought process.
100%.
And
yes, you were.
The only thing that kept me alive and kept me like centered, I mean, not really centered, like definitely still in the shit zone,
Yeah.
was the fact that I had 4 dudes that I know that I could go dump everything I had in a room, even if I didn't say it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You were dumping it through your actions, not your words.
Yeah.
You were dumping it through like, hanging from the ceiling and being angry and pissing everybody off at practice. You weren't dumping it through, guys, I need your fucking advice or help or whatever it is.
Because there's this fear of like.
Also, we should have started this out a little better, but now I'm into it. What's your definition of failure? Because I think that's all in the eye of the beholder as well.
Then and now are two different things.
We'll give you both.
I wanted to be married.
Wife, car, house, job, that kind of thing.
Not wife, car, house, just wife.
Okay.
Just like a partner, like somebody that like I know I can count on, and I know that has some kind of support for me. It was very selfish driven then. And then the next was a car that runs, because I had so many
shit
problems.
Boxes, yeah. It was like every other week. Todd, what are you doing? Oh, I'm putting a starter in my whatever car you had that month.
Yeah. And then the next thing was just the ability to not care about my bank account at all. Like not like
No,
like,
I get that.
Like I have to count how many packs of ramen that I'm gonna buy today, because I know that I have to put this much gas in my car.
I have an equation for how much money a person can make versus how much money if somebody makes a lot of money, things start to dwindle. I call it the fridge is full disease, because when the fridge is full, the struggle's a lot easier. So you tend to forget certain things. So your cupboard full of ramen versus guy's Viking refrigerator full of every fucking treat and confection you could ever want.
Yeah.
Two totally different things going on there. But most people are searching for that Viking fridge when really just slow down and enjoy the ramen, man. It's fine.
Well,
if you
now
have a
it's
thing,
just like,
gonna
hey,
get
I
there.
want 2 pounds of meat that I'm going to grill this week, and then I want to not have to go to the grocery store 6 times for vegetables. Like I'm eating,
grow your own.
I'm eating a whole lot while we're starting a garden and everything. But like that's the stuff where like now my version of success is like being able to clearly communicate to the people that I care the most about.
You have gotten a lot better at that. To anybody who's listening who doesn't like Todd, he is a lot better communicator than he used to be, and a lot less douchey.
And then the next part of success is just that like I want to be able to walk into a room and know that the person in the room doesn't think that I'm a fake ass bitch. I'm like.
Well, do you think you've spent a lot of your time since you've been back righting a lot of those past wrongs?
I spent about a year and a half doing it with everybody that I felt like
cared about.
No, not just cared about. Like whenever I like stopped drinking liquor, like because I when I went to Colorado, I dealt with a lot of those things, and then I came home and like. The thing that sucked the most was that like I gave up on the biggest dream. I gave up on my first biggest dream on leaving Arkansas and giving up on this band, and then my next dream that I gave up on was Colorado. Yeah, the place that was supposed to be the end all be all. And then I came home and like, oh shit, everybody knows that I suck. Like everybody knows that not only did I ruin this big thing and ruin all these friendships, I ran out of money. I had to lean on people hard when I first came back. And so there's just that like complex of like
a lot of pride.
Now
hurt.
I'm further gone.
Yeah.
And so the only thing I could do was literally like, hey, I'm so sorry. And there's a lot of people like, you're not worth my time. I'm like, you're right. I'm not. I remember the first time. So like, I've been with Rebecca for probably about I don't know, about 8 months, and I mean, like every father
Yeah.
of a daughter,
Daughter.
is going to be honest with their daughter about who they're getting involved with.
Sometimes a little overprotective,
Yeah,
but it's
well,
to be understood.
You know, I think if I looked back
When
at
they
that
have a
point
good
in time and that point of our relationship, I may have said the exact same thing about me
Yeah.
as what he did. And,
But
and
you now.
me
Not
now,
you
me now,
because you then probably were like, fuck that guy.
yeah, me now. It's
Uh-huh.
more along the lines of like, hey, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll own that. What can I do to fix it? You know, like, or like I'm
A
like
lot
comfortable with saying like, I see your viewpoint there. I'm gonna disagree. You do whatever you need to do.
A lot
You
more
know,
introspective.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that like when you talk about people who are actually a part of your family and the words that they can say to make you feel like you're not a failure, it's, I mean, like, I remember when you guys were starting Shinfo up, and Kaylee said it's got to be Todd, and the fact that you called me and said, hey, do you want to do this? It's not going to be like it was before. I was like, yes. You don't know how much this means to me. And I think that was one of the first steps for me, you, and Justin, where like whenever I said like, hey guys, I can't do this anymore, and I want you to know that I'm really sorry, but like I got to get out of this party. I got to get out of alcohol for a little bit.
Yeah.
I got to stop because I'm having a problem with it. And like, I don't want to go back to where I was. And I remember saying that to you guys and like fearing that I was going to lose two of my best friends, you know? And like, but that was like, I got to get over this fear. Doesn't matter. Like, I got to do what's right for me.
Well, we were drinking a lot, to be fair. We were crushing a whole 30 pack. Like,
and I would usually bring a lot of whiskey too.
Yeah. That was just one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, but I look back at those songs that we wrote, and about 80% of the lyrics I wrote, they're still really good.
I love all those fucking songs, dude. I wish with all of me that band still existed.
Like,
but when you go through 5 singers in like 3 months, it's like, all right, we're done.
I didn't even know you got to 5.
It was stupid, dude.
I thought it was just me and then Tyler.
Dustin
was Shinfo?
He did. He played a show. He played as many shows as fucking
as I did.
Yeah.
I played too.
Yeah.
And then I came and did a guest spot on a song and corrected.
That wasn't a Lame Johnny show.
No. There was one at Vino's that Tyler was the vocalist, and
oh yeah,
he was like, "Hey, come do this song," and I was like, "Only way I'm gonna do this song is if you don't do it."
It was Grenade. What was that song called?
Concussion Grenade.
A concussion grenade.
Yeah. And he was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because you're gonna screw me up because you're doing it wrong."
I don't know, man.
But
I know we're talking about like failures and stuff, but
like the view of failure that I really want to talk about is like
okay. So what about like over the long term though? Yeah, you fucked up. You did some shitty things to people. But you right it all. Most of you are wrong. So I'm not going to say all.
No, probably not all.
But definitely not all. There's certain things we just won't say. But over a long enough timeline, is it still a failure if you were a better person because of it?
So
or was it just part of the trip?
That's the part of the thing that you have to figure out. Like we tie it back to
because I think the ultimate failure would be just giving up.
Yeah, which I tried
just,
that time too.
Well,
I tried doing that too.
Yeah.
I failed at that too.
Well, thank you, Tyson. But I don't think that, not the chicken, the dog. If you, I don't mean give up as in that, kill yourself. I mean give up as in, because there's multiple forms of giving up. Like, you just don't play music anymore. You go off, you be some fucking dad, that, which there's nothing wrong with. If that's what you want, then fine, go get it. But it's definitely not what you wanted. You know, and you just work some fucking job 60 hours a week and you have your thing and your thing, but you're fucking miserable, then you still failed.
Yeah. So
because you're always good. Like I don't have that whole look back thing. Like I have friends that are like, oh man, high school was something. Fuck high school. Like that was garbage shit. You know, I can't tell you how many teachers I told to eat shit and fuck off. Like, fuck that time, fuck that place.
So
I don't really look back on anything as like a. It's just like, oh, that was a thing. On to the next one. Fuck it.
There's things I struggle with. I think that one of the things that I continuously struggle with is the fact that I didn't stay in that house with Justin and Dustin. There's a few things where, like, because I feel like maybe I could have really just added some reason to what was happening and whether or not, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, whether or not he could have been supported in a different way. Because I remember just when Justin told me that Dustin was struggling with a lot of big things, and I was like, Dustin's always struggled with big things. I know that there was a lot of things that Dustin told me that, like, hey, Todd, thank you for that. That really got me through things. And, like that was difficult for me to even think about after Dustin died, of just like, man, I could have been the voice of reason, and those are the things where you're making agreements that don't. That's not my
survivor's guilt. That's not.
So people say survivor's guilt, and people say like things like that, where it's along the lines of like, I don't hold on to it where
that's like when your fucking dad dies and you say, oh, I should have called him more. It's like you're only saying that because you think you could have called him more. Of course you could have. But you also could have lived in his house and talked to him every day, and it still would have never been enough. It's never enough when the end is finalized.
So
like
that's a great point that you say, but like for me, if I'm taking the things that I've like done in the past and learned from them and then applying in the future, like yes. I'm not guilty about it in a, like, I struggled with it. And it's, the thought still comes up, but like every time I think about it, I still have to remember that he had his own choices. He had his own things that got him there. But like moving forward, like there's signs that I can say like, oh, I need to make sure that this person talks today.
Oh, 100%. Well, here's the deal. So we can get into that. We're not going to say names, but you recently helped someone get over a bout of an action that.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah, it was very bad. We don't have to say anything. But I also got a text from a friend that was very questionable. And, you know, when it happens enough, I know we're off the subject of failure a little bit, but when it happens enough, you can't say these things enough. We all made a rule that no one doesn't say what it is they're feeling. And if you text something, if you get something from someone and it seems weird, you drop everything, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what we're focused on. That's what we're doing. I got a text from a friend, and it was very out of the ordinary, and it didn't make any fucking sense. Very incoherent. And I was like, that's a really weird thing for this person to say. Yeah. So I immediately jumped in my car. I texted them, hey, are you all right? No text back. Fuck. Put the pedal to the metal, baby. I'm going 60 in a fucking 20 down my side road from my work. I didn't even tell them I was leaving. I just left.
Yeah.
I just walked out the side door and fucking bolted.
Yeah.
And I'm going down, and I turn next to this church, and I'm going, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll just call. Maybe they'll answer. And I'm driving like a bat out of hell, and they answer, and I'm like, hey, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, the other half of the text didn't come in. It was a quote from a band. I was crying. Because I thought, oh shit, they're trying to tell me something. And he was like, I'm at the gym. But I'm saying that's how deep that goes.
Yeah.
I had no idea what the context was because the other half of the second text never went through. Yeah. So I was bolting down there to do whatever I could.
What's crazy about the situation where you were talking about for me was the fact that like for me,
For me,
uh,
I fucking love that phrase.
It's mainly just because like this kid never called into work. He never showed up late. He never did anything. And so like I was observant enough to know that like, hey, I appreciate the way this guy works, right? He was really quiet. I didn't know anything about him, didn't know anything, but it was never like him to not call and not show. And I knew that he had been struggling with some stuff because he was about to have to move really far away.
Right.
And so I drew like a line in my brain connecting him and me in the like whenever I moved to Colorado, and said, well, don't know where he's at, but immediately looked up his like did my best to find him, and we were able to talk through some stuff, and yeah, he was struggling with some stuff, and then if he listens to this, I hope he knows that we care so much about him that his life has value, and giving up is not something that helps anybody.
Failure is not an option. That's what I subscribe to.
So that's your viewpoint, because you understand that, and like your definition of failure is letting yourself go and like letting it just screw this.
I'm really good at that. I give that to my father.
Yeah.
He was able to give that to me very young. If it doesn't, in his way of saying it, and this is layman's terms, but basically, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter today. It's all about your perception of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that's strange.
So,
but you have to practice that. You have to fuck up enough times for that to be.
Or you have to just be able to, like, because you created this lens at which you look through stuff. Like, you look through this lens of, like, if it doesn't matter now, it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't really matter now. So, if it screws up, oh, well, it's not going to matter in 5 years. If you have that, like.
Sorry to cut you off, but the realism to that statement is that's most things.
Yeah.
That's other than, like, physically harming someone and being involved with, like, the legal system,
Yeah.
Or doing a bunch of whatever it is and fucking yourself up completely, like people who
they've done drugs to the point where
their brain chemistry's messed up.
Yeah.
But that's such a minute fraction of
you can
all
come
humans.
back from a lot of things.
You can come back from damn near everything.
Yeah.
Missing limb. You can chop off a whole arm, and there's people doing awesome shit.
Like dude, the measure of failure and the measure of like your failure is your own, and so you can only be the one that names what that is for you, really. So like
it's different from everybody for everybody.
But if you view it as through the lens of like what the hell am I going to learn from this, and how am I going to connect it to other people, and how will I apply it in the future,
right?
Like, failure is so short of a thing that it gets to a point where, like, it's that metaphor I was using earlier, that a failure is a book, and you have a choice to put it in your backpack and let it weigh you down until that thing rips open or your back screws up, or you have the ability to put it on a shelf and look at it and be like, hey, remember that one time? I'm going to put that back on the shelf. I learned from that. We'll just leave that up there.
Yeah.
And those are
like, don't forget your failures, but don't live in them at the same time.
Yeah. Because regret becomes way more.
No regrets, baby. No regrets.
That person should regret that. Talking about the tattoo where the person spelled it wrong.
Yeah. No regrets.
That tattoo artist should regret that more, because I bet their name is somewhere.
Oh, the sad part is there's spell check.
God. I can't, that's such a derailment there. Let's just talk about that for a second. How could you do that to somebody unless you didn't like them?
I follow some bad tattoo sites because it's, I'm covered in tattoos and I love them and it's part of my life for sure. But a lot of people actually, there is a sect of people that actually like that. It's purposeful. They get fucking what we would deem shit because, you know, the old adage, like, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and they actually like that shit. Dude, some of the comment sections are like, it's a lifestyle choice, this, that, and the other. Like, I'm like, yeah, but
It's
that
like
Panther...
Justin when he's recording vocals, and we're like, no, you need to do another take. It's like, no, it's perfect.
Sorry,
No,
Justin.
no, Justin, you got to do another take. Did you hear that? Oh, they can fix it later. No, you will fix it now.
I love his, we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it this.
We were recording Outlier stuff, and I don't know what it was about Dustin, but Dustin wouldn't ever interrupt him. He would just let him record the whole thing and then play it back to him, and then he'd be like, "All right, Justin, what'd you think?" And Dustin wouldn't say anything to him, but Dustin would ask Justin, "What'd you think, Justin?" And Justin would be like, "I think I did really good." Were your headphones on? Yeah. So do you think you really could hear it? Yeah. And so then Dustin would hit the space bar and just play it back and just stare at Justin.
He was a teacher. He let you learn from your mistakes.
This is where you need to fix this. Let's go fix this. And like nobody could critique Justin on that except Dustin. And it was that weird approach of like helping Justin understand that he screwed up and it not be like an attack on his talent. Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
There's such like this weird.
I know he'll listen to this and he'll get it, but I will give him this. He's gotten a lot better at going after his own mistakes.
Yeah.
Like his I could do better mentality has like really elevated.
But it had to do with the fact that earlier in life.
Yeah, but that's what it takes, right?
No. I'm saying like earlier in life, he didn't have a band that would communicate his.
Well, to be honest,
because we would just hide the fact that we screwed up his pedal.
but at the same time, not me included, but Earl included, like minus Earl, he was the most talented person in the band. So it's hard to tell somebody no when they're literally making all of it.
On a soccer field, we're getting a little bit off music, but on a soccer field, like what drives me insane is that I have two soccer teams on Sundays. One is my more competitive team, and the second team is the play the right ball no matter what.
Like laid back?
Like it's not laid back. Like we still want to win, but the bigger goal is to help people learn how to play and help people learn that like if you're only in here for 10 minutes, we're still going to give you the ball. Like, no, you're not going to play the whole 90 minutes, but we're still going to give you the chance to succeed, right?
Right.
And like the times that I've seen somebody look at somebody and be like, nope, not going to play them the ball because they suck, and then turn around and score a goal. It's really hard to walk up to that person and be like, dude, what the heck's wrong with you? Because they have the skill, the talent to just turn around and be like, bam. You know,
yeah, but at the same
still
time,
win.
But the other person's not going to get better.
Yeah,
yeah.
So in this context of like a band thing of like being able to like Justin was the most talented person, but were we really doing the absolute best we could to wow?
But that's a good one because that's basically in a nutshell. We all have room to grow.
Yeah,
yeah. Which
is basically. Like we've talked a lot of like, but we've said a lot of cuss words. We've said a lot of things that corporate things don't say. But I
think that band as a whole, though, the ages that we are and the things we've been through and all the bullshit and all blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
we all more subscribe to that now than we ever have, and we're all more willing to listen to each other say, like that new song we're writing. The breakdown.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I don't like this. It doesn't feel correct.
Yeah, rather than like continuing on.
Rather than pushing myself through it, like getting the parts exactly how they were, how they came to me.
Yeah.
And just being like, okay, yeah, I'll just go with this. Like 98%, I'm like, I would have wrote this anyway. But that part, there's like, dude, there's no way this is how me as a drummer would play this part. And then I say it out loud now, whereas used to, I would just eat crow and just...
Yeah. But that's also helped us to the point where, like...
And now that breakdown's super awesome. It's way choppier. It's way crazier. It's more...
And because there was a collective thing of, like, everybody was involved in that conversation. Everybody heard what you said, saw what Justin said. So, like, hey, dude, that's a great part, but that's not what I can do. I don't want to do that. It made it to where, like, Cody and John both be able to say, hey, Justin, that's a great thing, but I want to do it differently. Yeah. And, like, that approach of, like, validation, like, I'm going to get all conflict manager, validation, disagreement, how do we move forward, is way less confrontational than, like someone basically doing what the leader says. Like, in that,
which
that
would be Justin in this band.
Justin, like, hey, do this. And you feeling like you're half of yourself because you're not doing what you want to do. Right. Like, you don't feel like you are in this.
I will give that to all of us, and Justin mostly, because now we do that a lot more. And he's a lot more open to change ideas, and we're a lot more open to express the idea of, hey, I can learn this eventually, but I still don't feel like I even want to.
Yeah.
So what I really want to do is this, like, loop this part, let me show you. Like, just keep playing it. Let me show you what I'm thinking in my brain. And let's see if we can kind of come to the middle of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
and
the
I
other
like
thing...
that. But you know what that also screams to, man? Like, just in like, we're talking a lot about music and stuff, but more on the personal, like, whatever, failure aspect of life. You need people in your life, and more than one, and sometimes just one, but you need a few people that you can rely on to where when you come to them with something, they're not going to bullshit you. Yeah. They're not going to say yes all the time. You don't need to surround yourself with yes men, because that shit makes egotistical assholes out of everyone. Or you get to a point where maybe they're not even talking at all.
Or they're not listening. Or when you're talking, they're just like...
Or, yeah, exactly. Doing that eye roll, looking off into space. But that's even worse. That's not even caring. And then you... Like, that resentment...
The more prevalent thing now is when someone's not listening. Because phones and screens are so important. I mean, like... that.
Well, they're like an extension of ourselves.
They're an extension of ourselves. Yeah. So, like, it's almost normal for me and you to be having a conversation.
I've checked my phone like 5 times since we've been doing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, it's just text messages, and I'm just responding.
And being able to have, like, purposeful, like... Because that's one thing about a band that, like... I'm sorry. If you pick up a phone in the middle of a band practice, you're a jerk. Justin.
No, Cody. Todd. Corey.
I did appreciate when
Honestly, I think John's the only one who doesn't fucking text right before a song comes in. We're all shit at this.
I appreciated it a whole lot when Cody started taking his watch off.
Oh, right. Because he'd be playing and then look at his watch and then, like, go back to the note. Yeah.
But, like being intentional about that stuff. Because, like, when we are playing shows, the most amazing thing that blew my mind is that we don't play to a click track. And it's because all the music that we are currently performing, there are ones where we have all supported each other in writing. Like, even the stuff where John and Cody have come in now, they've written their own parts to the old songs that they weren't a part of.
There is definitely a nuance that wasn't there before.
Yeah,
and I love it.
And so we're able to...
Cody especially, I will give him, like, the boost on that. Like, the bass lines he's been able to, like, make his own. Like, he hears the root note, and then he's like, okay, well, this part gives me room to, like, do more. And he'll go out and just do more, and I love that.
But, like, even still, like, I don't have to hear... Like, I used to have to hear every guitar. I'd have to... The lead of this. I've now learned that, okay, here are all the parts. If I got lost on this one, I'll go over here and listen to this guy.
Right.
And, like, what you were just talking about, like, being able to have multiple people that have your back. Like one of the coolest things about a band to
But
me,
a lot of that's trust too.
yeah, is that you have the ability to trust your bandmates. You have the ability to like walk over and I mean, like there's times I run out of breath on stage and I'm like, Justin, do it. And I don't think that half the songs I've ever actually told him the words, and somehow he knows them.
Because he's a savant.
But like that's the thing where like now
Love
it's
you,
getting
buddy.
to a point where he knows what to look for when I'm running out of breath.
Yeah. His
like it's
his
not
ability
like,
to read
oh,
the
Todd
situation.
missed a word. He'll turn around and be like, oh, and then go right into it. Like it's one of those things where like
The last 2 years have definitely been more growth than the previous.
all of it.
There's a T on the end of that word.
But anything
The previous,
beforehand.
anything, like literally anything. So like when we came back, there was like a rule, a new rule, and sometimes, and that's another good one. Failure, though it is sometimes a piece of shit and it sucks, it can create these new adherences. Like we'll call them rules for the sake of
Well, new
and
ways.
it's not necessarily a rule, but this new nuanced way of looking at things where, maybe I'm not afraid to say this whatever anymore, but also we know as it pertains to ourselves, we can't not function like this.
Yeah.
And now, like when we came back, we had a huge meeting and it was, there is no longer anyone that doesn't say something.
Yep. So
There's,
there was that, and then so we said that in a way of like authoritative and like this is the way it has to be because we can't be blindsided.
well, and another
then
big one,
when-
another big one though that pertains to I think this conversation is there's no more not speaking up. There's no more not going. And if we get too far, because what we ran into the last time was we were 110% all the time. We never stopped to think that maybe 110% isn't always what we need to be doing. Maybe we need to step back. Maybe we need to stop playing every show we're offered.
Yeah.
And maybe, just have dude, honestly, just the cookouts.
Yeah.
They work so good.
So I'm on a Wednesday night soccer team, and I just started playing with them 2 seasons, and it's crazy how much sharing a table, like with people. I think that this does it a whole lot too. But
Yeah,
like,
breaking bread. I love that analogy.
we have the ability. I hit that.
You
thing
are
off.
fucking that chair. What is going on?
Yeah, I'm not literally, but like we go after the game and eat tacos and drink a beer together. And
great.
There's like 6 or 7 of us. And for the longest time, the teams that I was on before, we would always sit after and just talk, right? The conversations of like getting to know someone makes you so much like, I got that person's back because I know them more.
Right.
Like there's no but because I've been able to share and they've shared with me, I know that they have, like, it's that trust issue of
But
like
I think,
on a field, on a stage, on
but I think there
anywhere.
were fewer important things in life mentally and I'm a fat kid, but food, sharing food with someone, music, having a love of something that we can all share. Like, dude, nothing brings people together more than the same tunes. Like speaking to ourselves. There's never been an occurrence where, 1 million people are in one spot all for the same reason, but to just, let loose and let the energy flow through them.
Wow.
But I think that and, okay, so food, music, and just something as simple as really, I think what it boils down to is another thing. So if you're trying to talk to someone, the best thing maybe just go have a meal or go catch a show together. You don't have to talk. It's almost like telepathy at that point. Or even one of my favorite things is a threefer. You get the bonfire, you get the drink, you get the food, you get the camaraderie and the friendship. Some of my best conversations ever have happened around a fire.
Yeah, and I think that like that.
I don't think a lot of people miss out on that. I think just sitting, wallowing in your own despair. If you're, thanks, Todd. If you're like, if shit's fucked up, I don't mean to say it in such like broad, like short, like I wish it was like more of a broad thing, but just like call someone, call me, call you.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll gladly meet you. Literally, where the fuck ever. You want to come to my house? I'll cook fucking omelets and we'll fucking have a conversation. It's as easy as that. But you have to get it out too, man.
Yeah.
Like,
and then there's also those moments of just like, it gets to a point where if you are saying it all the time, you're not listening, and you're not hearing other people's stuff.
that's true.
If I just told you like, man, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, and I don't have the connection of someone saying, yeah, man, I've been there. It sucks.
But, you know.
Well, even if it's like, you don't even have to put the challenge on there. If it's just one person saying this sucks, or it's just one person saying my life is shit, because there's no other side of that conversation, they get to this point where like it doesn't matter what's on the other side of the conversation. The person that said it first is always just going to continue just doing it for other people.
Well, I think I said that on a previous episode. Whenever, what I try to steer people towards is, if you're having the this shit sucks conversation, which I get it, man, we've all been there. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily myself subscribe to like depression or failure or anything like that, because I always try to just, I'm more of a self-introspective person. Dude, I give myself more shit than anyone will ever give me.
I
you
think
can call me a fuckface, you can punch me in my face. Dude, it ain't nothing I did to myself.
Corey, I think that your backpack is just really big and like you don't feel it back there.
This is broad shoulders.
Yeah, no, I think that there's a lot of stuff where like,
I mean, it's not that I'm impenetrable. Shit gets to me.
Yeah.
But I let it out in micro doses. You know, it's like, you know.
The only time that I've ever seen it come out, it wasn't a microdose.
What? No.
The only time that I've ever seen you open your backpack and be like, here is everything that I have, right? It was not a small dose. It was like, holy crap, Corey.
But that's because I can hold a lot. And that's because I don't necessarily think other people can, but you have to know your limitations.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is, if you're at the point where fuck it, you know, like, and I don't mean fuck it like fuck it, I just don't care. I mean fuck it like life is dumb, and everyone around you is in that same spot. I just, for anyone listening who might be in that spot, I think the most important thing you can do is go to the person who isn't in that spot. And I know it sucks. Yeah. And I know that conversation you don't want to have. And I know like they're going to say shit to you that maybe you don't agree with. And there might not be, and I'm guilty of this, as much empathy as what you're looking for, because I'm very direct in what I say.
Yeah, you weren't empathetic when you told me that was the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah. But I've become more empathetic. I try to listen first, and then I speak. I still let people shit all over me. I mean, it happened recently. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But it's not that. What I really want is more for, if that's where you're at, and yeah, you might not want to hear that guy, but what it really is you're challenging yourself. And I think that's what, as a human, we feed off the most. I think if you can't have a challenge, if you've given up, and the only real challenge is someone telling you the opposite of what you've gotten down to, like boiled your life down to, then you really are not. You're not trying. And I'm not trying to be like mean, but you're not trying. I want you to go to that person and let them tell you, and you know what? Get mad, argue back, because what this is it's a back and forth. That's a good conversation.
Yep.
We're missing that. We're missing that in a lot of things, but I'm not going to get into that. But I think just introspectively, if you can look inside yourself and say, I'm not happy, and I'm actually really, really miserable, and like life is not good, well, then you need some good. And just
sometimes the good is is like what you're saying, like a bonfire, and sometimes the good is like, I mean, like,
bro, anyone listening to this right now, you fucking call me, you text me, You message me on fucking Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I'm on all the bullshit. You friend me, send me a thing. Hey man, I just want to talk to someone who's willing to just hear it and tell me what their opinion is. I will go start the fire right now. I have a bonfire pit. I have a barbecue grill. I have a stove. I don't have a microwave because I don't believe in them. Because why would you radiate your food? That's disgusting. Who wants to eat a sponge? I will cook you a great meal and we'll fucking talk.
But
Bro.
the thing that you just referenced is, right.
And I will be 100% honest because another thing I don't subscribe to is lying. I will not lie to you.
And I think that
I might not be right, and you can prove me wrong, but I'm not going to lie to you.
I think that the times that failure is the absolute worst is when you're caught in a lie. When you have lied and somebody catches you in it. I think those are the freaking worst.
I think you're right. But I think also
your
owning
perception.
that.
Yeah, I think that like the pieces that suck the most is I you know, like because you're trying to lie because you're whatever it is that's happening and you have ego, whatever it is. So I'm gonna put a circle around myself and start about I statements of like, you know, I thought that I was better than the people that were around me and that I shouldn't have to carry people, right? And so because I lied in that moment because I also think that not telling the truth is lying. I think that's my definition of where I draw the line.
Well, that's literally lying.
Well, no, I mean not saying it out loud. Like withholding it.
So you didn't lie. You didn't tell the truth. You just didn't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I now see that not saying things is just as bad as saying wrong things.
100%.
And so like
think of it like the tags on your vehicle. No tags is as bad as fictitious tags.
But like
the only good tags are the right tags. Get your taxes paid, people.
Bradley Muller. So like that's where I screwed up. Like I'm talking about an I statement of like I felt like
for me,
I did not tell you guys that I was tired of paying for stuff that I shouldn't have to pay for. And I didn't feel like I was being matched in that. And really it didn't have anything to do with the money. It had everything to do with the fact that whenever I came, like these are all the things that I sacrificed, never said the things that I was sacrificing.
But were you paying to other people's sacrifice? Were you paying attention to that?
Yeah, I was paying yes.
I missed my grandmother's funeral.
No, I'm not naming you. I'm naming other two dudes.
Okay.
That somehow, like those were, it was such a small, petty thing.
But all you had to do was say it. You do know that, right?
I felt like we've said this twice now that I failed because I did not tell things that were getting on my nerves, but like,
you just dropped the ball, really.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
But like, it's still like a like that's an example of had I just said that out loud and said, "Hey, look, dude, it's really." And the other thing is that they didn't know that what I knew. So like, I didn't share the information about. Oh, here are the people that are calling us. Get your crap in line.
Yeah.
So like the fact that they didn't know that I was taking it as seriously as you were, and you were taking it as seriously as what we should have been taking it as, and they were still playing it as a game. Like it wasn't a fair playing ground because I didn't say that out loud, and so like some of my anger had nothing to do with them, and I just like those are the things where like if you can go back in time, change it, great, but no, like we missed out on something. But if we do it now, we're going to be way stronger than we would have been through that.
And like, I don't disagree, right? But we were on like this very upward trajectory. It was all up from day one to day final. Even our last show was a fucking massive success. But at the same time, I do think about maybe it just wasn't the right time, Maybe, just maybe, there was supposed to be a whole bunch of bullshit so you would stop being a fuck, and
That's
we
another
would
thing I
get
want to
rid
talk
of,
about this.
and we would get rid of the other people who were not necessarily holding us down, but they didn't have the same heart. They were in it because, and this happened, I mean, even more recent in recent years. It's like when you go shopping for groceries hungry. Your stomach is hungry, so you see pizza pockets and stuff as like the thing. So you buy a lot of bullshit. And you're just kind of in it to win it because you're like, boy, when I get home, I'm going to eat these fucking pizza pockets. This is going to be the shit. And then it's not the shit. Because the next day you're pooping
It literally
out.
is the shit.
Yeah, you're pooping out diarrheas. And I know this is a really fucking shit metaphor, but I'm trying not to call a lot of people out on their bullshit. But what I'm really saying is there was a lot of things going on. It was a very hectic mess. We were caught up in more than we were ready for. Maybe, just maybe, it took all that and then coming back and even then some more bullshit for us to get to a spot where we could finally go, this is what we're supposed to do. And maybe, just maybe, because I'm not a fucking fortune teller, we're better than we've ever been. And if we keep on going, yeah, maybe we'll do cool things, but yeah, maybe we'll just kind of stay where we're at. But also, if we hadn't gone through those things and come out the other side where we are right now, I might not have ever talked to you ever again, ever.
So,
or a lot of people.
Do you want to know the toughest feedback I've ever received in my entire life?
Was it, I think you're a fucking idiot?
No.
You're making a bad decision?
No, it was one of the toughest things that I'd ever heard was, Todd, right now, I need you to be a participant and not a performer.
Is that Dustin?
No. You don't know the person who said it, but like, so that was one of the toughest things I've ever heard in my whole life. Because I had this thing that I wanted to share, and I knew it was something that needed to be shared, and it was like on the tip of my tongue, and I had to be up there and out there. But it wasn't the right time. It really wasn't. And when he said that to me, I was just like, God, I gotta be a jerk. But like what happened in that moment was that another guy shared what he was going through. And because I didn't go first, that dude actually got to say what was going on, you know? So like, those are things where like, sometimes having like the best thing ever on the tip of your tongue, like being able to like stay back and be like, oh, maybe we should wait a second and figure this out a little bit more, to make it better. You know, like I think that a lot of times that we get to a point where like, oh, now I'm so successful. Now I'm on the other end of the spectrum. Like there's no one in this whole world that could ever label me as a failure. Because this is the coolest thing that could ever have happened. We don't acknowledge the fact that other people aren't where we're standing. Like, I'm not going to say that you shouldn't share your success and show other people how to get there, but you definitely should never put yourself in a spot where your success is condescending. In like, or like how you got it, and other people didn't, is now a view of, you know, like because the whole point, like my definition of failure is, I don't want to be fake to people. I want to be genuine. I want to understand that the things I do matter, and because if what I'm doing doesn't matter to anyone else, then I'm not connecting with people. And the other thing is that I want to bring anybody else into what I'm doing. If they feel like they can, hey, how'd you do that? I want to help them do that. Like my personal mission, my lens that I see through everything, and I say this a million times every day, no matter if I'm at work or at home, is to help people figure out what they want to be when they grow up. And like, if I look at every decision that I make through this, like, is this really going to help someone figure out what they want to be when they grow up? Like, if I'm like, now I'm looking at it as like, I can't be a jerk to that person. I can't be anything other than like morally sound
Right.
on a few things.
And when we grow up is subjective.
Yeah. But like withholding other people's abilities to grow is like that is failure. Does that make any sense?
Makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
I almost always give people like the first, whatever meeting. Hi, Pinky.
Pinky is the cat.
He's on the
He's
table.
on
He
the
learned
table.
how to. Yeah, he learned how to get on the table. What my general like philosophy in life is that, when you first meet someone, a new friend, whatever, it's the benefit of the doubt. Like I'm assuming the best of you. You want the best of me. I want the best of you. Let's see how this goes. And I'm not gonna like shit on you, but what we were actually talking about this before the podcast started. There are certain times when enough is enough, and
You just gotta let people go.
And that's been a recent thing for us as a band, for us as people. Not just this band, but other bands I've been in, And I know we equate this a lot to like bands we've been in, but that's our whole life. Like that's my entire life next to like this podcast and my wife.
I don't think it's your whole life, but those are the strongest teams that you've ever been on.
Well, I think it's my whole life because if I can give this much to, two bands, let alone the 5 I was in and the bands I've been in before, I give it everything.
Yep.
I put shit aside.
But that's how you do work too. That's how you do everything you do.
Well, yeah, and that's what all right. That's what I'm trying to get to. I could definitely be farther in life as far as what's the thing, like the quintessential American dream. Dude, I could be all there. If I gave everything I'm capable of doing to a thing and just focus on one thing rather than 100 things. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would be much farther along comparatively to other people's what's the word? I'm losing it. Like what they deem as successful. Yeah. But to me, I am successful.
Which I've always extremely admired about you, that no matter where you're at, you have felt as if you're in control of your situation, and that you will help others get where you're at,
100%.
and that you will help people out of wherever they're at. But
I think one of my
really been good about telling people, hey man, you gotta try. Like those qualities are important in people. Because I think that a lot of it is that we are so afraid of other people failing that sometimes we want to do the work for them.
I have a huge problem with that. Yeah,
we want to just do it this way,
and that's something I'm actually currently working on myself. Is I am in more recent years learning that not everyone gets it like you do.
Yeah.
Just because I got it instantly does not mean someone's going to get it like that.
Yeah.
Like they're going to take time. They're going to fall behind. They're going to fuck up. But at the same time, I'm not good with being
sugarcoat.
I don't sugarcoat shit. Yeah. And that's it.
Because shit stinks and it doesn't need to be sweet.
But I don't. I'm trying to admit my faults here, Todd. Fuck.
We gotta input some good in here though.
I'm not afraid. I am not afraid to have a real conversation with anyone. If you don't fucking like me, talk to me. Find out. You know, like I'm not afraid to tell you I think you're fucking up. Convince me why you're not. But what I'm not going to do is sit there and let you continue to fuck up
And try to tell me that that you're not.
right.
So
And
I will say that from 2012 to today, you've added that other sentence to your things of like, I believe this is what you're doing. Convince me you're not. Like you added that.
Yeah.
Convince me you're not.
convince me.
Because
But that's me saying I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to change. I am willing to agree with you, but you have to fucking have a pretty good argument as to why.
because
It's one thing
experience that I had in 2012.
it's one thing I do a lot. It's think. I think a lot about everything, all of it.
For me,
For me, thinking is something I do 24/7. My dreams, I don't fucking sleep. My brain does not shut off. And to those people who know me close, I'm always thinking of other shit. And most of it does not even involve myself. Like, dude, where I'm at, dude, I'm happy. I could live this way for the rest of my fucking life and die a happy man. I don't care. I'm where I want to be mostly. I think it would be cool for like other things to happen. But
really,
what I
it's just
really
the
want,
amount of bonfires that aren't happening right now.
well, it's spring, baby, bonfire season.
Red stripe.
So what I will not accept is if I come to you and I say, "Hey, this is a bit shitty. How can we work on this?" And yeah, I don't say it that way. I'm like, "Hey, you're a fucking asshole. Can we make this better? I'm tired of you giving it 10%. I want
More than that.
I want more than that. I want 100% because guess what? I'm giving it 100% always. And if I'm wrong, convince me that I'm wrong, and let's give it 100%. And you tell me the way we should give it 100%.
I think that
I'm not trying to say that I'm right. I'm trying to say is I'm very open to the conversation, but what you have to do is you have to have the conversation.
Yeah, you have to have the conversation. So one of the things that
Because if there's one fucking thing I don't want, it's to see the people that I actually give a shit about fail. Yeah. I don't want that at all.
And most people that actually
I want the best for everyone.
Say that out loud. That they say that out loud first. It puts everything in that lens and context of like, I'm saying this because I care about you.
I just say shit fucked up, you know?
Yeah, your delivery methods. It's
a bit contrasting.
Yeah, I would say it. Mine is probably on a G rating, like maybe like early Disney.
Yeah.
And yours is like Quentin Tarantino. Blood's flying everywhere. Definitely understand what's happening. That dude's arm is gone. But at least you know he had a sword from the beginning. That was an extreme metaphor.
Pretty right.
The thing that's crazy about just communication and the ability to communicate failure. Like, so you're talking about like I just want to expound on the fact that like what's frustrating when you know someone's only giving 10% and I gotta, if anybody ever is out there, I can't steal or plagiarize a thought because this is from a Brene Brown podcast that I've listened to. Like she said that there's a lot of times that when a team comes into a building that there are like we're not all going to be at 100%. We're just not. It's unrealistic to say that like I'm giving everything I have. No, probably not, because you're carrying crap that keeps you at 70 or 50. But that's still more than the 2 that this guy's given, right? But because there's not this process is the beginning of whatever exercise you're doing or whatever band practice you're doing or whatever thing you're doing, all you can see is the indifference of what yesterday was and what they're doing today, right? So like somebody walks in and like for a fact that something's wrong and they don't have the ability to say it. It's not the fact that they're operating less, because you didn't. Even if they did double that, they wouldn't be matching what you were doing in your perception. It's the fact that they're worth more, and they're not living up to it, and they're not saying what's on their brain. So if I walked into a room and told you, "Hey, man, guess what? These are the things that I experienced on Monday. I'm not gonna be able to make it to practice because this is what happened 2 weeks ago. Whenever I was like, dude, this is too heavy. I can't be in that room. Like, I'm dealing with stuff, and I need to be not. I don't need to be dealing with that right now. I'm
100%
too shook
yes.
up. But because I was able to say it rather than just like leave y'all hanging all day, and I took that, and I took previous experiences of like, hey, communicate early as possible to say what's going on. Like those are the things where like, hey, I acknowledge what you've said before. I'm changing. I'm making an effort. Even though I wasn't even in that room, you still knew what I was doing was important to me, and like that's like, okay, cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like so that was a 0%, but because I communicated and have the conversation, it's different. And I think that sometimes like, because I don't know where 100% became a thing that we say all the freaking time.
It came from insane work ethic.
But
because we always did it. It didn't matter who. We used to walk.
There's an emoji for it.
I know. Well, I know we used to give it like. I know we used to like. I know we're equating this a lot to bands, but again, that's our life. Yeah. But we used to have a motto of
100 nothing.
100 nothing. We go in. We're the best band on the bill. Period. Yeah. There is no other option but give it everything you have, even if there's 6 people in the room, and kill it.
And for me, like,
and it built something. Yeah, it wasn't the best thing to do because it ruined us. It did.
I don't think that it ruined us.
Our attention to our inability to fucking talk out loud rather than just assume we're all ready to give 110% and not actually.
It created a division, a disconnect. It created a division, a disconnect, in a measure of you suck. It created a vision of,
if you're not giving 100, you suck. That's it. There's only 2 variables. It's either 0 or 100. But sometimes I only want 70.
Sometimes, hey man, I just had a whole Vino's pizza and 2 beers, and yeah, I don't really want to climb from the rafters today. Like, the pressure that I had from the last show, they're like, hey, look, you only went so far. I was like, God, I don't want to do that today. All right, let's do it. Like, the daredevil in me really took over in that moment.
But a lot of our problems speak from internal influence. I only went, this is silly, but 7 rafters. Now I got to go 10. Yeah. Now I got to go 8. We're still in that. But the only difference is we're allowed to talk about it now. Whereas before we didn't say shit.
We really didn't.
We just went, hey, you suck tonight. Like, fuck
hey,
you.
Todd, why did you not climb the trust? It had rungs that were easy to climb, you dumbo. Architects does it all the time. That dude from Dillinger. Like, where are you at? Like, dude, we're not there yet.
Why weren't we as good as Dillinger?
Stuff like that where it's like, I think that.
But again, we were on a comparison level.
Yeah, we were on that.
Because like we play with, Every Time I Die, and it's like we don't go in there thinking, oh my God, we don't have those bright eyes. Like, man, we're playing with Every Time I Die. What the fuck? We walked in there going, we have to be better.
Which is healthy in the idea.
Well, I don't know if that's healthy. You're talking about you're talking about a 10,000 hour band versus a 2,000 hour band.
So it's a healthy thought process to say, I'm going to leave everything I have. Like, that thought process
My whole heart's
is okay.
on this stage. Yes.
I'm going to leave everything I have. The idea of belittling anyone else.
Yes.
And I think that that's something that we did, and like we told others that we didn't like it when big bands came in. I think we did that towards the end of like,
Yeah, we really
because
did.
people would be like, all right, here we are. And be like, are you?
But
You
we
know?
were so jaded, man.
We were jaded on the networking that we created, the things that we did, and then people talking shit about us. Like, all that's great. But guess what? Haters are going to hate. We're in a screaming band. And hey, rock and roll. I don't care. Like, if someone come up to me and said, Todd, you need voice lessons? I'd be like, yeah, I've tried. They don't like me.
Yeah.
You know, I really have tried to do a lot of different things, and it's helped me grow. But in the same way, like, there's some things I just know I'm not going to be able to do. I'm not going to have the range of Danny Harrington. I'm not going to have the range. Like, just because I haven't been working on it so long. Like, one of the dreams, so, like, I probably never told you this before, but one of the things that caught me about 4 years ago is whenever I went and tried out for the Tulsa USL soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it through 2 cuts, and then they asked for a physical and records, and I was honest about all my injuries. And they said, due to your age and your injuries, there's no way that you're going to be able to have a future here. And I gave up. Like, from then on, like, I knew that I was never going to play in a stadium in front of people on a soccer team. Yeah. And like it screwed me up. And like, no, like, everyone else on that field in that tryout really had more skill and talent for me. But what would they have said if I showed up the next day and said, I don't care what you say, I'm going to try and work.
Yeah.
Because this is my dream and I'm not giving up on it. Like, it would have spoke higher to that. Maybe I would have done something differently, you know, but like, I wasn't there. I didn't have that idea. I still have a dream of playing soccer in front of more than 20 people. Yeah. Because that's the number that I've, that's probably the big, maybe 30 people.
Yeah.
But I have a dream of doing it, and I really want to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm 30. I turned 31 on Monday. Everybody else's, quote, professional career ends by 32, 33 because people can't keep that up. But, you know, it's something that I have a dream on. And so in 2 years, if I'm like, hey, I have this opportunity, y'all guys are going to have to figure it out. Like, I know that you have my back. I'm like, I know that, hey, I had this dream. I'm going to do it. It doesn't mean, like, you guys suck. I'm never coming back to you.
Right.
You know, like, I know that this is a selfish thought process.
Right.
But it's a dream that I have, and I really want to do it one day.
Then you will.
Maybe. If I don't die, if I don't lose a leg first.
Maybe. Well, maybe it's just a fucking word between right now and your goal. It's just it's just horseshit. Maybe's nothing. It's nothing. It means nothing. It's like but. Nothing's true until but.
But.
Yeah, but this is how I really feel. Or, but you're a fucking douchebag. You know? Like, you know, maybe and but go hand in fucking hand. You can say maybe all fucking day long, but maybe it's just going to hinder and restrict because it's all your perception. And I think that a lot of, like, to bring it around to, like, the failure aspect, you can see anything you do as a failure. You can see not waking up and doing your laundry as a failure. Right?
I view not waking up and brushing my teeth as a failure, and I do that on a regular basis. It's bad.
That's insane.
Because it could literally kill me.
Well, brushing your teeth can kill you too, so whatever. You know, there's fluoride in toothpaste. If you believe all the fucking crazies, fluoride dilutes your brain, and if you swallow this shit, you're just killing yourself even more.
But
so
most, like, if you've got holes in your teeth,
I don't.
You're more susceptible. I do. I have large ones.
I see.
If you have holes in your teeth, you're more susceptible to infection and more susceptible to cancer.
Sure.
Because it's the quickest way into your bloodstream other than up your butt.
Okay. Whatever.
Sorry, I didn't.
But it's all an excuse. Because, okay, whatever.
All you gotta do is wake up and brush your teeth.
Okay. I'm
gonna do that.
I have great teeth. A lot of that's genetics, too. I have awesome fucking teeth, and guess what? I don't brush them hardly ever.
Anyways, you were on a really profound thought earlier, and then I totally sidetracked you by brushing the teeth. I don't remember.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How maybe's a bullshit term, just like
Yeah.
but. If maybe and but are your go-tos, try something else.
Yeah.
Try honesty. Try, even if the people you think are the closest to you, try being honest. Because guess what? Honesty, in my opinion, is the best policy, always. And if people leave because you're honest and don't want to change what you view as honest, then it wasn't necessarily meant to be in the first fucking place. I value try far more than I value,
Almost.
you know, I hate that fucking mentality of, because if you can,
It was all right.
I gave it my best. No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. Stop lying to yourself. That's another view. Don't lie to yourself. If there's anyone that's hard on me, it's fucking me. I wake up every morning, I'm like, you're a fat piece of shit. Do better. Every morning. Yeah.
So,
I mean, we can wrap this up.
I don't want to wrap it up. I don't want to close this off. The thing that
I'm just too much.
You're not too
sometimes.
much.
I'm
You're
too
really
much
not.
sometimes.
This is the most we've ever traded off.
I expect a lot from people, but I expect a lot from myself too. I don't think it's unfair to ask more if I'm gonna give you more. But what I don't respect and what I don't accept is bullshit. I
Yeah.
don't want you to bullshit me. If you have a problem with something I say, with something I do,
Just say it.
just say it.
Yeah.
And
So-
yeah, I might come back at you harsh because that's the way I speak. But I don't necessarily mean it as harsh at the same time. Just because I say fuck you doesn't mean all the time fuck you. It
So
means,
we could go into a whole nother podcast and start a whole nother network about the meaning of words
yeah,
and,
because I don't have them.
and understanding people's feelings
Yeah.
and attaching those words to people's
But that
feelings.
ties back to everyone's different, man. We're all different.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Was that I think that sometimes because I wouldn't call me or you A-type people, but I would say that we are natural. I'm going to take the charge because it's obvious that maybe we're.
Well, I'm not sure if everyone else is.
Yeah, and so like because that's where we're at. I think sometimes knowing that of like, hey, like Justin's not going to be exactly the same as me. And like surrounding myself with people that aren't exactly the same to me and dealing with the dysfunctions of people not
Yes.
being the same as you
Yes.
are the absolute best ways to create teams that are well-rounded and like bands and relationships where you have dealt with crap that other people haven't. Like, I think that this podcast like is as much as a reason that this band is still going is because this conversation is not only being had, it's being recorded to and listened to. And then, oh yeah, hey Corey, did you know that
Yeah.
maybe we said that wrong? You know, or maybe like, hey, I don't know if you caught this way, but this is what I really meant by that.
100%.
You know, like,
I actually had a friend of mine call me and basically like, man, I listen to every episode and here's where I think you're doing it wrong. And I'm like, I love this. Please elaborate.
when you said you were probably like, and then you waited.
No,
You love this.
no.
Like
no.
you're going to tell me that you didn't have a response of like, no, you're not going to tell me I'm doing this wrong.
No, I swear to God. I
Wow.
said, I think I agree. Because what most people might not know is I listen to every single episode and I pick it 100% apart. I've listened to all of them. There's not one episode of this podcast that I have not listened to.
So has there been feedback from somebody that you weren't ready for?
Yeah. Yeah. And it comes out Tuesday.
Which one is that?
Aaron Lunsford, in real time. Listen to it. This will be out after that, so
Yeah. I really like that guy.
I like that he says what's on his mind. I don't necessarily agree all the time, but I like that he's not beating around the bush. I love that.
Yeah. I like him.
I love that. He shit on me at least twice.
In the podcast?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. And it's like an hour long.
I would like to be friends with him on a higher level. Aaron Lunsford, if you're listening, I know that basically you just gave me a seat to sit on when I tore my LCL in Fayetteville, but we could be friends. That'd be cool.
He's nice.
Yeah.
It was cool. But what I'm saying is, like, basically what this whole conversation is boiled down to is if you're inside your own head and you view your life as a failure, then you have to get out of that. And the people that are going to get you out of that are the people you don't actually want to be, like, at them in the moment. Like,
you don't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Whether you're not wanting to talk to them because you feel like they'll tell you a truth you don't want to hear, or you feel like the weight might be too much for them,
or even if you think they're full of shit. Like, honestly,
I still think that your backpack will be, to extend that metaphor and tie it back to it, your backpack will be lighter when you share that load with somebody. Like, because, like, more than likely, like, you could have a conversation with somebody, and this thing that's been troubling with you, like, you might just realize that, like just the idea of, like, someone else having the same thought, you have the ability, now you've got someone alongside you to help you with that. Or just the fact that someone's like, dude, I mean, why don't you just not think about that? Sometimes you have to hear it from someone else to, like, remove it from your brain.
yeah.
Are
we done? All right, I'm probably going to release this as like a special episode, and I already know the name of it because I've been listening to a lot of Beloved here lately. I'm going to call it Failure On. Yeah. Because when you first told me, like, hey, let's have a conversation about failure, I'm like, I don't subscribe to that. Like, I in my brain, I don't subscribe to things like that keep me down. That's why I do 5 billion things. And yeah, it's too much, and I'm aware. Yeah. I had I'm not gonna say his name, but I had actually more than one close friend like text me, message me, whatever, and say, "Hey man, I think you're too busy right now." They would see photos of me, and I would just look exhausted, and they noticed, like, it was noticeable. And I was like, "Yeah, man, but what else am I going to do?" Like, I don't want to not be busy. I don't want to be sitting around doing nothing. So I'm busy as fuck. And they're like, yeah, but a break's okay. Even my, other friend, Jesus Christ, I don't know how to say this properly. I don't want to get in trouble. Was like, yo, you need a vacation. And I was like, I just took one. It was terrible. I don't like vacations. And they were like, no, you need to just like stop and like, spend some time just, you, Kaylee, be by yourself. I was like, maybe. But it kind of sunk in, enough people tell you something and you're like, oh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe what I'm doing is too much, and, yeah, maybe. I'm willing to hear the other side.
So you're going to do that?
I don't know yet. I am going to Dallas for my birthday, but it's only for 3 days, so.
Vacation is never rest. That's my opinion.
I think the same thing. That's why I'm like, why? Because guess what? I'm going to spend a day driving there. I'm going to do the thing that I'm supposed to be there for the next day, and then I'm going to spend a day driving back. That's not vacation.
No. Vacation is never. Vacation is time away. Vacation is not rest. That's my opinion of things.
The only true vacation to me would be a week off in my own home with everything off.
It's called a staycation.
No. Then that's the only real vacation.
No,
Because a real vacation would be far more than a week. It takes far more than a week to get rid of the.
Not for me.
Huh?
Not for me.
Oh, no. It'd take me way more than a week to forget about shit.
It's not about forgetting. So, like, vacations aren't meant so you forget all the crap. Vacations are supposed to be like time away so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing and being able to be like, this is great. Because, like, why do every year I go to Colorado?
Yep.
And I snowboard and go as fast as I freaking can down things that I shouldn't do, and I jump off cliffs and I do all this stuff. The reason why I do it is because in those moments, I'm still in control. I'm in absolute freedom, and I'm with a group of people that are on the same level as me. And then whenever I get off the mountain, we do the exact same thing that I do with my soccer teams and I do here. I have conversations about the day. I recenter the things that, like, so it's no different than the routine that I'm already doing with work, band, soccer. Like, it just gets that crap of, like, I call it the Dumbledore effect. If you ever seen Harry Potter and he takes a wand to his head and he
I have
removes
no idea.
bull crap. So, like, it gets the negative thoughts out of your head to retie the fact that what you do means something. And my routine that I already do is the same thing that I do on vacation. It's just, I don't have to go to work today.
Right.
But if you had 4 weeks off
Yeah.
and all I had to do was jump off a cliff and snowboard really fast, but I was the only one there, it'd be the most miserable time ever because I wasn't connecting with people. I wasn't living my personal mission. And I wasn't looking at the camaraderie and connection of humans.
That's where we differ, because that's what it would take. I just took 2 weeks off not that long ago. And it's meh. It's just meh.
There was a large thorn in your side on that 2 weeks.
Could have done something completely different.
If that was an MHTW thing, I think it would have been different. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm on record saying it.
I don't agree, but I don't disagree. It boils down to a person, but not a band.
And spacebar.